been so much talk in the off season and everything with building to this year and your comfort level and all that. Does this feel, even though you have had the 8 games last year and everything, does this feel kind of like a fresh kind of thing for you?
I mean, it's first game of the year, but no, to me, I mean, football's been on my mind this whole offseason. Obviously, you know, it always is, but, you know, last year being hurt, having a rehab and stuff like that, I think, you know, for me, trying not to get too far away from the game mentally. Obviously, you know, you're away from the building and stuff like that. You're away from the guys, but I've had this on my mind for a long time, you know, not just this game, but what I want to accomplish, what I want this team to accomplish this season. So it doesn't feel brand new in a sense, you know, in that sense.
You're about to enter your 6th season. Only 3 Cardinal starting quarterbacks have lasted that long. And it's crazy, but how certain are you that you're going to be able to not just go 6, but maybe 10, 12 years as this franchise's guy?
That's the goal. That's the goal. You know, I would love to end my career here with multiple Super Bowls and, you know, MVPs and all the accolades and stuff like that. I think ability-wise, for sure, you know, I've never questioned my ability or anything like that. Obviously, you never know when this game will be taken away from you or anything like that. But I'm just, you know, grateful and just taking it one day at a time. Focused on this week, and we had a good day today. So.
Is this season pivotal for you?
Every season. I mean, I don't really like when people say shit like that because, excuse my language, it doesn't make sense. Like, as athletes, you know, it's every season is pivotal. You know, every season we go out there and have, you know, try to prove ourselves right. You know, it's not oh, we're gonna take this season off. Nah, I mean, I don't look at it that way.
What do you and the offense want to make statement-wise come Sunday?
Let's go out there and play good football, execute, take care of the ball. You know, stay ahead of the chains. You know, it's going to be obviously a hostile environment against a good football team. So obviously we can't going backwards. Ain't going, you know, won't bode well for us. So we got to stick to the plan and play well.
You talked a lot about your relationship with Jonathan and, of course, with Drew and Izzy. How do you feel about the difference of having that set up where the head coach is not the guy who's with you every day, you know, with, you know, running the offense and coaching you?
As far as like in the past?
Yeah.
I don't really know what you're saying.
Connor, you get amped up for week 1?
Hold on, what do you mean? What are you asking me?
No, I'm just saying, do you think that I'm not necessarily asking you to say anything bad about the way it was, but just the difference in having the head coach where it's separate from the offensive guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, I get a, you know, a good dosage of each relationship. You know, being with Izzy in the quarterback room, Drew obviously overseeing everything, talking to him out there on the field, and then JG, you know, not only in the building but outside of the building, just chopping up with him whenever he feels like hitting me up. So, you know, like each relationship is different, but you know they've all been great. So.
Josh, I mean, you and Josh Allen came into the league about a year apart. When you look at the lists of statistics with passing yards and rushing yards and touchdowns, you guys are very similar in that regard. Do you take anything from his game, or what do you admire about his game that maybe implement in yours, given, you know, the similar styles? But
yeah, Josh, you know, similar in abilities of, you know, being able to run, throw, do it all in that sense. He's just, you know, probably 8 inches taller than me. No, Josh, yeah, he's a dog though. Dog, great player, great quarterback. Obviously, have done a lot of great things in this league. We're both striving to win a Super Bowl though, you know. So I look forward to being able to compete against him. Obviously, I've done it once. Know he's gonna bring his best game. So we got to do the same.
The fact that you guys got to know each other at Christian Kirk's wedding.
Yeah.
What did you get from that interaction?
He talked to me a lot about golf. Really enjoys the game. And I think he's pretty good at it. I haven't really tapped into the golf world, but no, that was, it was good to see him for sure.
The last time you played the Bills, obviously there was a pretty big play. What do you remember about the Hail Mary? And it just doesn't seem like it was that long ago. Just kind of what are your recollections of that?
Yeah, it seems like a long time ago, but just being kind of because they had scored obviously right before that. Feeling, angry that we were even in that position because I felt like the game should have been over a while ago. But, at that point, you just got to go make a play, and we ended up doing that, so it was good to win.
You get amped up for week 1, Kyler. Is it a exciting for week one? Do you feel a difference?
Yeah, obviously week one, there's a lot of, I like to envision a lot, and I know the guys do, but I think there's a lot more anxiety and stuff like that going into week one because you're so amped up and juiced. There's a lot of excitement built up around it. You really don't know what to expect. Every team's trying to find out who they are. Shit. That was you? Yeah, I mean, shit, yeah. It's week one.
You kind of mentioned that everybody's kind of trying to find themselves early. Do you think you have a good idea of what you as an offense are going to look like, or is there some curiosity for you too?
No, I got a good idea of what we can be, and who we are as a unit. Obviously, I think we can be great. I just know we got to go out there and do it. It's camp's over. It's everything matters now. So that's we just got to go out there and do it.
A few days away.
What about building that rapport with Marvin? Like, how has that gone this preseason? How much are you looking forward to seeing it on the field?
Yeah, I know fans are excited. But at the end of the day, I got to go out there and execute what Drew calls. I'm super excited for Marv, obviously. I know what type of talent he is, and I know what he's capable of. But we got to go out there and do it.
Talked about how Marv is, just back to Marv real quick, he's so savvy and kind of like mature for his age, but he is still a rookie. Is there anything, any advice for him as he gets ready for this first game, or anything that you find that he's asking about?
I don't really view him as a rookie, to be honest. I know he is, but man, his ability and his mental, it's not on the level of a rookie, So I expect him to go out there and do what he does.
How has your relationship with him grown since you guys started working together?
First couple times around him, I feel like he didn't really talk much, and now you start to see him opening it up, make more jokes, just laugh more, stuff like that. So the camaraderie off the field has been great, and again on the field, man, he's a monster. So I'm excited for him.
How have you seen all of the off-season stuff, off-field stuff you guys did this off-season kind of pay off now that we're a few days away from the season?
That's what we're about to see.
What is the difference for you as a quarterback when a receiver is mentally advanced like that? Kind of what you were talking about. What does that help with?
Just the feel of the game. If he understands defenses, he understands, the nuances, where to be in zones and how to win versus press, off press, all the type of things that he knows how to do. Mike knows how to do, Dorsch knows how to do, Trey knows how to do, all the guys that we got. We got some better guys that are, ready to go in if anybody goes down. So as the whole receiving group is very, they're guys that have played a lot of football, and they're very smart. So
There's a lot of turnover on that Bills defense when you look at their 2023 unit. Obviously, you've seen a lot of defenses over the years. When there is a change either in scheme, in coaching, but similar players, or when there's a change in players but similar scheme and coaching, what do you have a better feel for in knowing what to expect from that defense given turnover?
Same coach. I think, last year, they were number one in turnover rate. They're very well coached. Don't give up a lot of big plays. Obviously, front's very good. They're going to do what they do. Obviously, the back end is, like you said, different guys. But I think the coaching and the rapport that the guys have, I think that'll take over. I don't really expect to see any difference. I'm going out there expecting the best Bills defense that we're going to get. So, I'll be prepared.
Do you have a relationship with Von Miller at all?
Yeah, just him being an Aggie, a Texas guy coming out of DeSoto, very familiar with Vaughn. I mean, we don't hang out, but I'm a big fan, and anytime I see him, it's love for sure.
I only ask because you guys got hurt right around the same time in 22.
We got surgery at the same. Yeah, we were in the same facility and stuff like that.
As one of the captains of this team, putting your finger on the pulse of the locker room, do you feel like this team has a chip on their shoulder going into this year?
I believe so. It's hard not to hear what's said. It's hard not to see what's said. But like I said, everybody's got their projections for every team going into the season. But now it matters. So none of that really matters.
What growth have you seen from Trey McBride?
Growth? Trey's. I expect Trey to have a monster year. He's got the ability. Obviously, when you're young, a lot of that stuff is mental. not getting the opportunities that you want and getting few of them, and then if you don't make that play, how can that affect you and stuff like that. But now that he's the guy and we know, it's running through him, that's, he's, I'm expecting a big year from him.
The goal is to win a Super Bowl, but during that journey you've had some detours. How has that adversity made you a better quarterback?
There's only one winner at the end of the year. We're all chasing that. I think there's only 2 or 3 playing right now that have won Super Bowl. But shit, you got to fail. You got to fail. All those are lessons that I've taken in. Obviously, playing one playoff game and how that went. I know the next time I get to the playoffs, I know what not to do and how I felt, and taking all that energy and how I'm going to transition into that. But man, it's just it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be in this position, playing year 6, going into year 6, week 1. I'm excited.
Do you always believe that you have to fail to grow, or is that something you kind of had to kind of?
No, I've never really failed a lot coming into the NFL, so I didn't I didn't have to deal with a lot of losing, but. No, it's NFL. This game's different. It's something that you have to. You never want to learn how to lose. I remember rookie year, I was fucking miserable after losses. But coach would tell me, you gotta keep getting better. You can't let that affect the next week, because that is true. In the playoffs, you can lose 6 or 7 and still make or in the NFL, you can lose however many games and still make the playoffs. So it's just about getting better each and every week, and we stick to that script. We'll be fine.
When you hurt your knee, didn't you? I'm sure you talked to a lot of people, but you talked to Joe Burrow, I think?
No, not really. No.
About.
I seen him at an event. Yeah, we chopped it up, but it wasn't. Yeah. Yeah.
What about the importance of the second year back from an ACL? Because I've heard that it's as important, if not more important, than the first year.
Yeah, they say. Well, I remember talking to Bosa after we played them last year, and he just told me to do it, it'll get better. And obviously him dealing with it. And it does. Obviously going into year 2 now off of it, it feels like it never really happened. So obviously kudos to everyone that had a part in playing in my rehab and stuff like that. But I don't even think about it. So.
But do you still pay attention to the rehab strength?
Yeah, you got to stick to the regimen and the plan. Yeah, but as far as going out there thinking about it and stuff like that, no.
Just about the attention you
yeah.
keep you going.
For sure.
Yeah.
You said at the beginning of camp that you felt like that you'd only scratch the surface in your game.
Mm-hmm.
How or where do you see areas where you can still ascend?
Yeah, I watch a lot of old stuff, and I thought I was playing well, and there's still stuff that I look back and I'm like, damn, what was I doing? What was I thinking? But I also think that goes back into being in the system and allowing me to play within the system, and not have to just do stuff off the wall and stuff like that to succeed. But within the system that we have now, I feel like there's a lot of room to grow, and if I can just be myself and play the game, sky's the limit.
Not to ask you to get specific, but was there like a player, something that stands out when you're watching that cool games that you're like,
no, man, there's a lot. There's a lot of great plays. There's a lot of plays I wish I had back.
Are you as happy as you've been in the NFL?
For sure.
What are the types of plays that you wish you had back?
Shit, we could be here all day, bro. No, we don't.
How nice is it being in year 2 of Drew Petzing's offense and kind of having that offense really under your grasp compared to last year?
Yeah, very nice. I tell you all the time, the attention to detail that he has. He knows the game inside out. I'm very confident in that he's going to put us in position to win the game. That's for me, that's huge. Trusting him and what he's calling and the plan that he's put together, the rhyme or reasons of why he's doing something, why we're doing something, it's big.
What does that happiness do for you mentally, emotionally, physically?
You're free. You're free. I love what I do. Get to go out there and play the game I love with the guys that I'm sitting there in that locker room. So it's playing football at the end of the day. Yeah.
When's the last time you felt that way?
Shit. Last year. Yeah. Yeah.
How important is it to you have been voted a captain along with James on the offense?
Yeah, very important. Very important. Means my peers trust me. Means I'm doing the right things on and off the field. That they can look to me. And like I said, I'm a lead by example type of guy. Obviously, older I've gotten, been able to be more vocal and stuff like that. But that's huge. Like I said, the trust of my peers and my teammates is big.
I asked Drew yesterday about the offensive line, Kyler. He said this offense will go as far as the O-line takes us. How are you feeling about the offensive line and some of the changes with Paris moving over and a couple new players in there?
Yeah, the game starts in the trenches. I truly believe that. It always will. And I'm super excited for those guys. I feel, I feel great. But we haven't played a real game yet. We haven't touched the field together in a live setting. So, we got to limit mistakes and we got to play on time.
Thanks, Tyler.
Thanks, Tyler.